Deep, very serious.
Welcome to Deep Dive to Crime. Today, the Leon County Sheriff's Office issued an immediate press release. The Sheriff's Office release states as follows. Leon County Sheriff's Office inmate death notification. On Thursday, June 19, a 36-year-old male inmate experienced a medical emergency at the Leon County Detention Facility. He was taken to the medical unit and treated. Leon County Sheriff's Office detention staff began life-saving measures and were assisted by emergency responders upon their arrival. The inmate, identified as 36-year-old Andrew Wiley, was pronounced deceased at approximately 5:36 p.m. Wiley had been in custody at the detention facility since April 2025. His next of kin has been notified. All standard protocols for an in-custody death are being followed. The medical examiner's office will conduct an autopsy to determine the cause and manner of death. Andrew Wiley was in jail awaiting trial on charges, second-degree murder charges, relating to the death of his daughter, Lori Paige, who was 12 when she was missing. She went missing, and after a very long investigation, her body was found in nearby Georgia, and he was charged with the murder. We will be doing a full reading of the almost 66 pages long probable cause affidavit that will be coming soon here to one of our channels. Whether it is going to be Deep Dive to Crime or Mentor Lawyer Justice Network hasn't been determined yet. But we have determined that we'll have a full reading of the entire probable cause affidavit. And right now, I'll be doing a reading of just the very beginning of it. Here we go. Probable cause, to the first appearance magistrate. Defendant, Andrew Lamal Wiley. Black male, date of birth, February 5, 1989. Charges, murder, second degree. Summary of offenses and probable cause affidavit. The following probable cause was derived from police reports written by officers who responded to this incident. Initial call service, June the 3rd, 2023 at 11:15 a.m. On June the 3rd, 2023, Officer C. Babb was dispatched to Continental Court in reference to a missing juvenile, Lori Paige. Upon arrival, Officer Babb spoke with the caller, Andrew Wiley, and he advised the following. This is what Andrew Wiley told the officer. Andrew Wiley is the father of 12-year-old Lori Paige. Lori lives at the residence with Wiley and has been living there for over a year. Wiley explained he left for work on June the 2nd, 2023 at around 11 p.m. and returned home on June the 3rd, 2023 at around 10 a.m. Wiley had left Paige in the residence watching television prior to going to work. Wiley advised Paige was safe and uninjured when he left. Wiley said he does not know what Paige is wearing, but knows she took her multicolored rainbow-style backpack. Officer Babb asked Wiley to provide some background information on Lori. According to Wiley, Paige used to live with her mother, Miranda White, in Tennessee. Miranda White, according to Wiley, no longer cares for Paige. Wiley explained White asked for a check on welfare from law enforcement roughly a week prior. The call service date for that was May 25, 2023. Shortly after law enforcement left, Miranda White arrived and argued with Paige. White and Paige do not get along and argue extensively while White was visiting. After White left the residence, Paige began saying she was worthless and her mother did not love her. Paige has a history of running away in Tennessee, but only one prior incident in Tallahassee. There's a reference to her case number. On May 8, 2023, Paige was reported missing. Paige was last seen at Griffin Middle School and was found the next day in an abandoned apartment on Ocala Road. Officer Babb notified Miranda White that Lori Paige was missing via telephone. Officer Babb asked White to contact police if she learned anything regarding her daughter's whereabouts. White explained she was there roughly a week prior, but has not talked to Lori Paige since. Officer Babb asked Wiley to describe Paige. Wiley described Paige as a black female, roughly 5 foot tall. Paige has shoulder-length black dreads. She has no significant scars, marks, or tattoos. He does not know what Paige was last wearing. Wiley explained she took her multicolored rainbow-style backpack prior to leaving. Wiley provided Officer Babb with a recent photo of Paige. Andrew Wiley wasn't sure if Lori Paige takes any medications. He did not know if Paige has any medical or mental health issues. Wiley explained Paige did not have her phone because he confiscated her phone before the last time she ran away. It was confirmed the last time Lori attempted to call or contact anyone was on April 17, 2023. Andrew Wiley explained to Officer Babb that he did not know why Paige would run away. According to Wiley, everything was all right and there was nothing concerning prior to him leaving for work. Andrew Wiley could not provide Officer Babb with any locations where she could be and allowed officers to inspect the home for any sign of foul play. The residence was inspected by responding officers with no signs of foul play indicated. Officer Babb notified Tallahassee Police Department Special Victims Unit Detective Drake, who put out a missing person flyer. Officer Babb was able to determine Lori's grandmother, Brooklyn Paige, lives on Arkansas Street. Officer Brennan made contact and determined Lori Paige was not at that residence. Officer Brennan also checked Griffin Middle School and was unsuccessful in locating Lori Paige there. Lastly, Officer Brennan checked the last location to where she was known to run away, the location on Ocala Road where she had been previously found, and was unsuccessful in locating Paige there. Officers checked nearby parks and spoke to multiple individuals walking around the parks, and no sightings of Lori Paige were reported. Lori Paige was then entered into the NCIC/FCIC as a missing person. Next section of the affidavit is titled, "The following is a compilation of investigative steps conducted by the then case agent, Detective A. Drake." Detective Drake contacted a friend of Lori Paige, Diamond Ivy, on June 5, 2023, who advised she has not spoken to Lori Paige since school was released for the summer because Lori Paige does not have a cell phone or social media that can be used on a computer. Detective Drake spoke to the leasing office on Ocala Road, and they advised that the subject who harbored Lori Paige last time, Pierre Donaldson, had moved. It was later determined that his family still lived in the apartment complex but at a different apartment. Donaldson would be interviewed later in the investigation. On June 7, 2023, Detective Drake went to unknown person. The deputy Swain had spoken to this person who rides the bus with Lori Paige and lived at a particular address. So this information is blocked because life involves a minor. So this person advised that he does not know where she is, but that she is still around the area. On June 9, 2023, Detective Drake canvassed area apartment complexes and did not locate Lori. On June 12, 2023, Detective Drake asked, another kid to send Lori Paige's flyer to all sixth grade parents in case she was staying with a friend and lying to the parent about permission. On June 13, 2023, Detective Drake spoke to Andrew Wiley's girlfriend, Simone Robinson, who is in Louisiana for military training. She advised that Paige does not use social media, but she plays Roblox and watches YouTube a lot. On June 16, 2023, Detective Drake went to Date Street Community Center, who advised Paige has come by after school, but they have not seen her since school ended. Detective Drake canvassed areas close to where Lori Paige had gone missing in the past and canvassed public transportation depots without success. Missing persons flyers for Lori Paige's case were posted at these locations. On June 19, 2023, Paige's information was provided to the FDLE MEPIC, and they communicated the information to Tennessee Clearinghouse. Calls from Detective Drake were attempted to Miranda White, the mother, and Brooklyn Paige, the grandmother, without any immediate answer or return call. Andrew Wiley was contacted for information regarding dental records for Lori Paige, but claimed to not know if or when she was ever seen by a dentist. Brooklyn Paige allowed officers into her home to search. Brooklyn advised that Paige really liked her mother's boyfriend, her mother's former boyfriend in Tampa, Maurice Jones. She provided phone numbers for Jones, but Detective Drake would not be able to contact him. Flyers were distributed to hotels, motels, and extended stay facilities throughout the city. As leads regarding the sightings were called into the police department, they were investigated and determined to unsubstantiated. On June 20, 2023, Nashville Youth Services and the Runway Bureau advised that they had only had record that Paige ran away once but returned quickly thereafter. There's a couple of lines that are blocked. Skips over to detectives of the Special Victims Unit were assigned to conduct surveillance of unknown associates of Lori Paige. Detectives did not observe any indications that Paige was with family or friends. On July 24, 2023, Miranda White provided 2 Gmail accounts for Lori Paige, so she provided 2 email addresses. By August 31st, 2023, Google responded to a search warrant for records from one of those emails. Paige was not communicating with anyone other than her mother over email and had no communication with her since her disappearance. The email had not been accessed after March 7, 2023. However, there were introduction emails from several social media websites to include Twitter, Maripet, Lady Popular, Instagram, Veed.io, LinkedIn, YouTube, Reddit, and Discord. Search warrants were submitted for all of the above listed accounts without success. It was apparent that although each account had been activated, none were used after activation. The rest is going to be read by Maya tomorrow.